It's the last week of Artfight. I'm recording it and it finished yesterday, but I still have to do this video, so. It's the last week of Artfight, and we have 2 things to do before it's over. And it was gonna be 3, but I needed a break week after last week. It was a lot. We only have 2 attacks left. I'm gonna save my ramblings for the end. But for now, we're just gonna get into it. Hi, I'm Mikel. Watch the video, bye. Something that I didn't mention in the intro. Who am I attacking and why? Because this is, I think, the only week that I have had a real hit list. I think I said I did before. That was a lie, I didn't have one. These are the only 2 people that I knew I was going to attack at some point or another. The second one I had more of a plan for. And the reason I'm only doing 2 this week is 1, because I got burnt out a little bit. 2, I have a lot to say about these 2 people. Let me pull up my receipts really quick so I remember what I'm talking about. So our first attack that we're doing today is for Lucille last name. I usually say both their names, but I don't know if I can on the internet. Oh wait, no I can. Lucille Elliott. Hi. This is for you. Hi Lucille. Or Aldini on Tumblr. I'll put it in the description. Lucille, if you're watching this, I have a lot to say about you. If you're not, be scared, be afraid. Something that's crazy about Artfight is that I have been doing it for 3 years now. I just checked, it has been 3 years. I've been saying it's been 3 years, now I confirmed it. This year, I totaled 15 attacks. Last year, I totaled 6. My first year, I only did 2 attacks. One of which being this wizard elf character. It was really fun to draw. The other one being the person who got me into Artfight in the first place. Hi Lucille. It was 2023 and we had both just graduated high school and we go to the same college together and we ended up doing the same summer program and we had to like move into dorms that summer for like a month and a half, I think. Was it just a month and a half? For like a month. And coincidentally, we ended up sharing a room together for that month and it was really good. But sometime during that time, Lucille introduces me to the concept of Artfight. I thought this was pretty cool and I wanted to try it. And the first attack that I did on there was one of their characters called Riri. Riri Pharaoh. Lucille's very Zelda-pilled, so a lot of their characters, I think all of their characters, Zelda-inspired type characters. I'm just gonna read, and for Riri's description, this is like the only one of the entire Artfight so far that has like a detailed description, so I'm gonna read off of it for a second. Riri is the eldest child of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda, and Link. So basically, in this universe, Link died to the Yiga clan, and now Riri is the new hero of courage. Holds the Triforce of courage. I can't talk today. And they're very like rugged and rash, and they're very cool, and Lucille is the person who got me into Zelda also. They got me into a lot of things. We've been very good friends for a while. So my first attack ever on Artfight was for one of Lucille's characters. Ever since, we didn't do it last year, I don't think, because I kind of tapped out into Artfight early on, but I'm planning just kind of like once a year attacking one of their characters. And this year I decided to just do a redraw of what I did for my first year and my first attack. I didn't want it to just be like the same piece that I did. One, because I'm looking at it now and it's just kind of like, you know, it came from 2023. I thought it was peak. I'm not gonna discredit it though, because they also thought it was peak, so I don't want to discredit it too much, but you know, I've improved. Basically, that is what this attack is and what it symbolizes and what it's meant to be. It is just this continued friendship between Lucille and I with everything that I've done so far this month. I've really enjoyed how it's turned out. My art progression has been really, I was gonna say staggering, but I'm not sure if that's the right word. It's been very apparent this year. You can really tell how much I've progressed in my art abilities this year. I've really been trying to push myself and how much I'm able to create, and then like the quality and like the level I've been able to do it. And I've been trying a lot of different things. This one, so like the original concept is like, again, I didn't want to do the same thing. Riri like charging Hyrule Castle and like same kind of pose, just kind of like wielding the Master Sword. It was gonna be all cool, just kind of like charging into the building, and then I got burnt out, so I didn't do that. And it was like, what's another I Am Mikel staple of art thing that I could do? Geometric shapes. So I did a bunch of like squares and rectangles and triangles. I like my duality in art. I like this just kind of like very natural, very rugged character standing next to a very digital, technical piece. That's why if any of y'all seen Doctor Who, heaven sent, the best episode of all of Doctor Who and pretty much most of fiction is like that a lot. It's very this like eldritch castle, and the Doctor has to figure out his way to survive. It's very technical, and there's very like futuristic technology in a very past setting, and I love stuff like that. Not where it's like retro futuristic, where it's like old things, but there's some elements of new technology in there. Like this is old house, but there's a security camera in it, and I think that's really cool. Is there anything else embarrassing I can say about Lucille while I still have this time? But to Lucille specifically, this is for you. Hope you like it. Next year, I will draw a different one of your characters. Also, thanks for the attack. I don't think I really said that much. Lucille also attacked me earlier on this month, and I didn't mention it. I'm gonna mention all of the attacks that I have gotten in the week after this one. Actually, I can hold up. Sneak peek of what I'm gonna do next week. This is the attack that Lucille did, and it's very good, and it's of my girls. Look at them go. But yeah, they attacked me like midway through the month, so this doubles as a revenge. But yeah, running out of things to say, this is the attack. Lucille, hope you like it. I'll probably see you in a couple weeks. School's starting soon. But yeah, this is the attack. Thanks for next one. Fill y'all in to who a TigToggle is. Tig is also a very good friend of mine. The only club I'm in at school is the animation club, and also I'll be vice president of that this semester. Hi. One of the things that we do every year is a challenge called 24 hours, 24-hour animation challenge. Exactly what it sounds like. You get into teams of 4 and you compete in this international challenge to make a short film, 30-second short film in a day, 24 hours. And my first year there, I was on a team with the current president, another really good friend of mine who was my roommate for the past year, someone else, and Tig. Tig, I respect and admire Tig so incredibly much, and I think everyone in the club did. Tig is such a really cool person. Tig is someone who is very good at their craft and is like expertly good at their craft, and he's just a cool person to be around. 24 hours is where we all got acquainted pretty much. Tig is such a morale booster. He is like the most positive energy. Like if you walked in a room and Tig was there, it is like explosive the amount of positive and radiant vibes he give off. It is something that I really admire about really anyone who has that quality. Like I want to be a type of person that if you walk in the room and you see me there, you just feel good. But for the past 2 years, Tig has been that person for me. Just kind of like an inspiration, but also kind of like a goalpost in my artistic journey. Because like I said, very incredibly good at his craft. He didn't even major in animation. He majored in like business or something. And he is one of the most like experienced animators that I know personally. He's just so... The animation club became to know him as like the fastest animator in the club, because he could finish a fully rendered animation that is like 2-3 seconds long in an hour, 30 minutes. What? It is something I want to have in my style. That is something I want to be able to do, is do my work quickly and do it well and do it expertly. And that is what he emulates for me. And so when he told me he was on Artfight, my only mission this month was to attack him, and I had a plan for it. My plan was to wait to the end of the month, the last week of the month, to attack him and his Sona, and it would be so late in the month that he wouldn't have time to attack me back. Because during the course of this year, he has drawn my characters at least 4 or 5 separate times. So I wanted to get to a point where he will not be able to. But I really should have expected this. I know TigToggle. He just came for me first. He ruined my plans. Earlier on, last week, he attacked Nate and Jewel from Ineffable. He wasn't supposed to do that. In my head, he wasn't supposed to do that. So this attack ended up being a kind of last-ditch effort. So this is all just for the love of the game and just to kind of thank Tig for being who he was for the past couple years that I've known him, and on his journey now, because he graduated last semester. And I think you can tell that by the piece, right? I wanted to do something that commemorated him as a person and just kind of like my view of him and his Sona, and knowing him, we're probably gonna have a bit of a revenge chain next year, but I'll be fine with that. Watch your back, Tig. First attack next year is going to be directed at TigToggle. Mark my words. But yeah, Tig, if you're watching this, hope you're doing well, buddy. DM me. I'm really bad at texting people, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video now. Short video this week. I don't know if it's gonna be a short video, because I talked for more than like 15 minutes on both of them. So, yeah, hope y'all liked this piece. Hope y'all liked this month. I'll close out the video now. All right. Before this video ends, I look horrible. It's been a very long couple days, couple things to talk about. One, thanks again for everyone coming in here. I'm gonna stop saying that as much until I have more things out, and then I'll say it. And then I'll say it again. 2, more videos coming. I'm planning to have one every week, at least until October. I have them planned out until October. So after that, I'm definitely gonna try. 3rd thing, I will probably still revenge you before Artfight next year, just because I just kind of want to have that be a staple as my channel. I want to draw y'all's characters and do the thing. So if you attacked me or commented your Artfight user, I will be attacking you at some point in the future. Maybe not this month because I want to draw my own characters, but hopefully soon. 3rd and final thing, I have something to show y'all. Hold on. This is my son. This is my son, and I'll say his name later, but we have had him for just over a year and a month, and he's very special to this event for a very particular reason. He wants to go. Okay, say goodbye. A little over a year and a month ago, I was sitting in my car. My mom does Tai Chi in like a little foresty area, and I'm working on reference sheets for Artfight last year. And I look up out the window, and it's like, we're sitting, it's like there's a foresty area here, the car is right here, and there's this like road. So I'm sitting in the car right here, and then over this way on the road, there's this very small creature walking towards me, and it was so weird looking. Like, I don't think I've seen a creature like that before. It keeps getting closer and closer, and I keep getting like, and I see more detail of whatever it is, and it looks like a cat, but the cat has a glass mason jar over its head. So me being very concerned, immediately get out of the car and go over to see whatever it is. And it is a cat. It's a very small kitten. He's like approaching the car, but he sees me, and he's like very incredibly weak. He sees me and he starts to like scurry a little bit away into like the foresty area. And there's this path right here, right next to where the car is. So he tries to go in there, and then he's so incredibly weak, he just falls down. He just kind of submits because like glass mason jar covering his entire head. He can't do anything. I call mom and her Tai Chi people, and we kind of get the jar off of her. It was really hard to get off of. We had to like break it open. We took him home, and we didn't really plan to take care of him or bring him in. One, we had a cat already. Two, we had dogs at the time. The dogs didn't like cats, so we tried to rehome him, and that just didn't work. So we just ended up keeping him, and now he's here. What's so important about him though is that I was working on references for Artfight last year, and I think I still have some of those up. And the theme last year was Seafoam versus Stardust. And when we were driving home and he was just in my hands, he was like this small, we were thinking about if we were to keep him, what would his name be? And because my team was Stardust, I ended up naming him Stardust Ophelia. My last name. I'm not gonna say my last name. Stardust being the team last year, and Ophelia being one of my characters, because Cassidy, this one, the hedgehog back here, is named Cassidy, and they're siblings in universe. And I wasn't planning on doing that, and actually I had a rule that if I had any pets or anything I had to name in the future, I wouldn't do that, but I ended up doing that anyway. No more. Alright, this is later on because the people started mowing the lawn while I was recording. But yeah, just to kind of like close out that segment, that was Star. He's not in this room anymore. He usually doesn't like being in here anymore, even though I raised him in this room for a couple months. I'm really excited for what y'all are going to be able to see these coming months. I've been really leveling up my artistic game recently, and I'm loving the direction I'm going. I don't know, I just really can't wait for people to see. Anyway, I got a video to edit. I have a lot of videos to edit. Thanks for sticking around. See y'all next week. Bye.